Welcome in the class of engineering mechanics. Today we are going to discuss impulse momentum principle. So, first of all let us talk on impulse momentum. So, impulse is the if R is the resultant force acting on a body of mass m moving with acceleration a. Say a mass m of this body is moving with acceleration a. If it is moving with acceleration a, then if R is the resultant, so R is equal to m into a. If R is the resultant force, then it will be the m into a. Acceleration can be calculated. Now, if it is moving with uniform acceleration, then its velocity is going to change with time, then its velocity is going to change, and that is that will be according to u plus a t, u plus a t for uniform acceleration. At time t equal to t 1, velocity will be some one, and at time t equal to 2, velocity will be different. So, this resultant R, which is m is equal to a, that can be written as m times of rate of change of velocity, Therefore, R into dt is equal to m into dv, right. And if we integrate both sides, if we integrate both sides from t equals to t for left hand side, and here R will be constant, R will be constant, since m is constant for uniform motion, for moving with uniform acceleration, since m is not going to change, a is not going to change, therefore, R is constant. So, R can be taken out from the integral. So, it is 0 to t dt is equal to m into m integral of velocity from u to v, So, we will get? We will get m into v, v is final velocity. So, v is final velocity, u is initial velocity. So, m v minus m u, and m v it is momentum, it is momentum final, it is final, and this one is what? Initial, and the difference is called as impulse, Therefore, R here R can be written as change in momentum, it is change in momentum divided by time t, divided by time delta t. So, so write delta t here, So, this one equation is is the principle of impulse momentum. Okay. The component of the resultant linear impulse along any direction is equal to the change in the component of momentum in that direction. Okay. So, we will use this principle, these equations in solving the problems. Prior to that, we used D'Alembert principle and work energy principle. Okay. And today we will solve the kinetics problems with that principle. Okay. Let us take first example. Here 20 kilonewton automobile is moving at a speed of 70 kilometer per hour. So, velocity u is 70 into 5 by 18, that comes to be 350 divided by 18. So, it is 19.4 meter per second. Initial velocity is this. When the brakes are fully applied, causing all 4 wheels to skids. Okay. Determine the time required to stop the automobile. On concrete road, okay, for which mu is this, and for ice, okay, for which mu is this. Okay. So, initial velocity is this and final velocity it is v. Okay. So, and weight is given. So, mass can be calculated. So, change in momentum that we know here. Okay. That we know here. We need to find the time. So, apply momentum equation. So, it is r into delta t is equal to change in momentum. So, r into delta r, okay, automobile, okay, where it is moving with velocity u. So, what will be the value of r? Result force causing motion. Okay. Force causing motion. It will be what? M into A. Okay. So, change in momentum we know. Okay. But t we need to calculate. So, the problem is to calculate the value of r. So, it is value of r, right. Value of r, okay. What will be the forces acting in this block? Okay. Weight W and reaction this. Okay. So, suppose it stops here. Okay. Suppose it stops here. Okay. Here say V is equal to 0. Here u is equal to this much. Okay. This much value. So, this is weight W. Since motion is in this direction, okay. So, friction force will act friction force will act along to this, okay, and its value will be mu into n, its value is mu into n, its value is mu into n, okay, and value of this n, okay, will be equal to be w, will equal to be w, okay. So, which one force is going to stop this, which one force is going to reduce this, reduce the speed? Definitely mu into n, definitely mu into n. So, here it will be the r, it will be the r. So, this one force is responsible, okay, this one force is responsible to change the momentum, that one force is responsible to change the momentum, because if we observe this diagram, there is no any other force except this, okay. So, let us write it as mu into n is how much? N is w, right, n is w into delta t, delta t is equals to change in momentum. So, m is what? M is okay, let me write as w by g, okay, m for m let me write w upon g, this is m, okay, and final velocity it is 0, okay, it is 0 minus final is 0 minus initial velocity is u square, okay, and u is how much? 19.4 square, okay. Look here, mu into w, okay, the direction of this force is in this plane, okay, okay, is a horizontal plane, but the direction is reverse, okay. Motion is in this direction, but this force is acting in this direction. Therefore, we need to consider minus sign. Therefore, we need to consider its minus sign, okay, and this minus sign will be cancelled out now. So, w is going to cancel. So, delta t that is equals to 19.4 square, okay, divided by mu into g, divided by mu into g. So, we can put the value of g, and it is 1.982, okay, divided by mu. So, this is the time, this is the time required. So, in case of concrete, road, put the value of mu, from here, okay. So, delta t in case of concrete road, in case of concrete road, it is 1.982 divided by coefficient of friction, it is 0.75. So, it comes to be 2.64 second. Similarly, delta t for ice surface, that will be 1.982 divided by mu, okay, it is slightly, it is too less, okay. So, its value will be more, 24.78 second. So, it is much high, right. So, let us consider another example. In this example, ball weight 1 Newton is ball to a batsman. Okay. Ball is ball to a batsman. The velocity of the ball was 20 meter per second horizontally. Okay. Means this one velocity, initial velocity of ball, it is 20 meter per second. Okay. Initial velocity u is equal to 20 meter per second. Okay. Just before the batsman hits. Okay. Just before the batsman hit. After hitting, it went with a velocity of, okay, this one velocity, and after hitting, okay, the velocity it v, it is 48 meter per second. Okay, with some angle, okay, at an inclination of 30 degree to horizontal. Find the average force exerted on the ball by the bat if the impact last for 0.02 second, means delta t 0.02 second. Within that time interval, what is the force exerted? What is the force exerted on the ball by the bat, that we need to calculate. Okay. So, to calculate this force, we need to use, okay, momentum equation. Okay, we need to use momentum equation. Okay, and what is that? It is r into delta t is equal to change in momentum. Change in momentum means m into v minus m into u. Okay. With the help of that equation, we can calculate. Okay. So, here that calculation of r, it is actually ball is moving in horizontal and in inclined way. So, it is the case of two plane, it is the case of two plane motion. Therefore, we will resolve r by in vertical and in horizontal. Okay, in horizontal and vertical, So, r means this one force and this one force. Okay. So, the resultant is r. This resultant is r. Okay. Say it is f y, say it is f x. Okay. So, we will calculate one by one. Okay. First of all, we will calculate f x, then we will calculate f y. Okay. So, for calculation for f x. Okay. Calculation for f x. F x. So, let it is f x into delta t we have 0.02, right, that is equals to m mass of ball, it is 1. So, it is 1 divided by g, okay, in times of v horizontal component. Okay. Horizontal component, this one 20 meter per second, horizontal component is 20, okay, and horizontal component for this one velocity, 48, okay, for this one velocity 48 meter per second. So, it is a horizontal and vertical component. Okay. Since this angle is 30 degree, right. So, this one component is 48 cos 30, okay, and this one component is 48 sin 30. So, it is 24 and this one value is let me calculate 48 cos 30. So, it is 41.57. Okay. So, the horizontal component of velocity for this one part, okay. So, it is 24, it is 24. So, f x we are f x we are f x can be calculated, f x can be calculated. Okay. So, final velocity, okay, what we are doing, actually we need to put final speed, okay, 24 minus, okay, final minus initial, then x will be here 3.81, okay, f x value. Similarly, we can calculate the value of f y. Okay. So, calculation for f y, calculation for f y. So, f y, okay, time is same 0.02 is equal to mass 1 by g times of, okay, final velocity is 48. So, vertical component it is 41.57, right, minus vertical component of this horizontal velocity 20, it is 0, it is 0. Therefore, vertical component can be calculated. So, and this is vertical component, this is 122.32 Newton, right. Okay. So, resultant R can be calculated, value of R it will be f x square plus f y square, R can be calculated, right. Let me check. Okay. So, its value is 336.81. Okay. If this angle theta, if this angle is theta, so theta can be tan inverse f y by f x, and that comes to be 21.3. Okay, that's come to be 21.3. Okay. So, come to next example. A 1500 Newton block is in contact with a level plane. Okay. Level plane, plane is horizontal. The coefficient of friction between two contact surface being 1, coefficient of friction mu is 1. Okay. Mu is 0.1. If the block is acted upon by a horizontal force of 300 Newton, okay, this 300 Newton, what time will elapse before the blocks reaches a velocity of 16 meter per second starting from rest? Initially u is equal to 0 and finally its velocity is meter per second. If 300 Newton force is then removed, then how longer will the block continue to move? Okay. So, initially the motion of this block started from rest. Okay. It started from rest. So, it started from rest, okay, and it is this. So, change in momentum, okay, if we will apply r into delta t is equal to change in momentum. So, change in momentum we know here, okay, initial velocity, final velocity we have, then we can calculate. And we here we need to calculate the value of delta t. We need to calculate the value of delta t. Okay. We need to calculate the value of delta t. It means we should know the value of r. We should know the value of r. So, value of r here. Okay. So, to find the value of r, okay, so let us consider, let us make the free body diagram, so that we can find the force causing this motion. Okay. So, if force 300 Newton is acting in this direction, then this is the motion. Okay. This is the motion, means acceleration A will be here. So, friction force will act in this direction. Okay. Friction force will act in this direction. Okay. Since weight is this one, so normal reaction is this. So, the friction force it is mu into n, mu into n. Okay. And value of mu is 0.1. So, it is 150 Newton. Okay. So, force causing motion is what? It is simply 300 minus this one. Okay. Change in momentum we have. So, value of delta t, that can be calculated very easily. So, it is the delta is equal to m into v minus m into u divided by r. Okay. R here, r is what? R is 300 minus mu into n means 150. So, it is 150. Okay. U and v it is known to us. Okay. It is known to us. Therefore, value of delta t that can be calculated, and it is 16.31 second. Okay. So, this is so to apply momentum equation, it is very easy, and we can calculate the reaction time. Okay. So, okay. So, in next class the questions were taken from this one book, and in next class we will be doing few more questions. So, thank you very much, and see you in next class.